All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Livewire Sports Media. All right, so let's talk about freshman sensation Aaliyah Chavez. Yes, the freshman from Oklahoma, excuse me, from Oklahoma has been setting, whew, has been setting the college scene on fire this season. Now she does lead Iowa. I mean, not Iowa. Oklahoma in scoring. But she's only 5'10". And it seems like a lot of the guards now starting to be a little bit shorter than a normal 6 foot, 6'1" combo guard. But this young lady is impressive, man. She's very impressive. She actually excels. She does, I mean, she scored her last game, she had like 33 points the last game. Now she didn't the only game that she did not perform well in is against UCLA, which UCLA is a veteran team, seasoned team, but for Aaliyah, and I'm gonna bring up another young lady also who's a sophomore, and they both play in the SEC. Now that's a good thing because that's a pretty good tough conference. You got South Carolina, LSU, Tennessee, all of them over there. And these young ladies who I'm gonna mention first, Aaliyah Chavez, and the other one, Michaela Blakes, who also lead for Vanderbilt. And I'll drop a video on her shortly. But these young ladies play in the SEC, and they are going to get better. They are better. They're going to get more talent around them because they're going to be the pillar to set their team up. Now, I think Aaliyah Chavez, for her to be a freshman, I think before her college career over, I think she's going to be the best college player in college women's college basketball, just point blank, because of what she could do. Now, it's going to be great to see her and Michaela go head to head. I hope they play the, excuse me, I hope they play this season, and I think that'll be an exciting matchup. And I definitely would try to stream that game if they do match up against each other this year. I would love to see that. But anyway, let's check out some highlights of Miss Aaliyah
It's NC
Chavez.
State basketball. If you're NC State, can't ask for much more here in the first quarter on miss. Van for three. Chavez on the glass. Day. You thought the first 5 minutes were going to be critical for NC State today. Why?
Because this is a young team. First,
Who's in for NC State? Chavez on the pull-up.
fun game to watch. I'm not sure how the coaches feel about that game, but as a fan, it was a tremendous
Oh,
game
nice
to watch.
step back.
But so
She got
far,
range.
Zam
You
Jones
could definitely see
and
she
Zoe
got
Brooks
range.
are playing extremely well. They're not getting sped up, and they're taking good shots.
Chavez. Beers has the rebound. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Chavez has been active here. Gets by her defender. Stop. Here's Chavez. Been quiet for a little while. Just a little while. Couldn't get the follow-up. Chavez flips it up. First point.
He's fearless, man. He does.
Chavez got her defender in the air and made her pay. A couple of freshmen going head-to-head right now.
That was nice.
Unin trying to stay with Chavez. Can't. 73-65, 8-point deficit for the Sooners playing on their home floor. Rattling in.
Another miscommunication by Oklahoma, and
And
NC
the
State
thing
made
about
them
it
pay
is,
yet again.
our idol is Caitlin Clark.
Chavez answers. Three more. For NC State with more than two. She has three. Beers with three. Smith with three for OU. Chavez, two more. To force the OT, and the tap is controlled by Chavez, who looks to attack right away and scores right away.
Now, to me, I love that she actually look for her shot. She don't just take the long shot. She actually tries to get to the basket. Now, the one thing I do caution is that when you play teams that play a lot of really good defense, and if her teammates can't score and they got to rely on her to score all the time, that's going to be a bad sign. Now, to be honest with you, Oklahoma right now In the top 25, um, they are ranked ninth. They 7-1. They only have one loss. They 7-1. But if they schedule has to play certain teams, they could find themselves. Even Vanderbilt, they're 8-0. They're 15th. Now let's take a little bit look right here. Now, Oklahoma in the month of December, pretty much pretty good. They got a rivalry, Oklahoma State. Then in January, they got Texas A&M. They got Ole Miss. That's gonna be a problem over there with that Cardi girl. Then they got LSU. Then back to back, they got South Carolina as well. January is going to be a test. Then they got Texas, who's number two. That's their rivalry. So even though they had lost one game, but it's going to that January stretch going into February is going to be crucial. How good is Oklahoma? Well, we're gonna see. Can Aaliyah Chavez continue to be the spark plug for this team? Now, like I said before, she's a great player. She's going to learn a lot. Now, right now, she having a phenomenal freshman season for Oklahoma. She leads the SEC in scoring as a freshman right now, around 18, almost 20 points a game and 3 pointers, earning her SEC Freshman of the Week awards and empowering her team to the highest scoring games, including a 33-point versus NC State, and clutch plays making her a center star for the top 10 ranked Sooners squad. Expect to make a strong run. So again, again, this young lady is phenomenal. I love her. She definitely wears Caitlin Clark shoes. You can see that she has great skill. She drives to the basket. I wanted to see a little bit more of her passing game because she can pass the ball. But like I said, when you get down into the meat and potatoes, deep into your SEC conference games, this is where it's going to be tough. How well she's going to be able to perform. Can others step up to lend her a hand? Because you play these teams that I just mentioned, it's going to be hard. And she's going to, and I expect for her to have some bumpy roads. But for what I've seen, this young lady could be the National Freshman of the Year. To be honest with you, she could be well on her way to National Freshman of the Year because she has that type of game. I think a lot of people not covering her much. I think a lot of people are not paying attention to the Sooners a lot more and giving that coverage like she's supposed to because playing in the SEC, you should be able to see her a lot, especially. So, and I think if she plays well against the LSU or South Carolina or Ole Miss, and somehow, some way, this team stays close, I think she's going to get the national attention she does well deserved. But right now, she's a young phenom, and she definitely is on her way to greatness. And I can't wait to cover more of her, see more of her games and everything like that. I think, like I said before, man, the NCAA women's basketball has so much talent from high school that's coming in to college, and now you got these young freshmen, sophomores are taking the next step because your juniors and seniors are moving away from the college level to go to pro, and these young ladies are going to make a name. Yeah, you're gonna have Juju probably another year, but you look at Jazzy Davidson over there with USC, a freshman playing great basketball right now. Then you got the young lady over there in Michigan, um, that's playing great too. So you got all these young, talented young ladies that you can watch, and you still got super sophomores like Sarah Strong, Ava Hyden. You got Michaela Blake right there in Vanderbilt. So you got all these young ladies that's kind of like still average, um, carrying it. Then you got Addison Bajoran coming in for Texas next year. Then you got McKenna Willisco from Iowa's coming in. And you got so many. So you're gonna have so many household names, and it's just not gonna be just you hearing about the Yukon, South Carolina, LSU's. You're gonna be hearing about a lot of these other top schools like the Oklahomas, the Iowas, the USC's, and all of that stuff like that. Anyway, let me know what you think about Miss Aaliyah Chavez, freshman sensation, putting them Sooners on her back. Hey, like I say, she could be well on her way to National Freshman of the Year. Like, comment, subscribe. It's just Saturday stroll, dive edition of Live Wire Sports Media. If it ain't live, it's the wire.